In this video, I want to talk about how I used a Spotmeter to get these photos of Toketee Falls. So I woke up around 5 a.m. and made my way to the falls. I had my GoPro, a Hasselblad, which was mounted with a PME51 metered viewfinder, and a backup Minolta Spotmeter. When I made it down to the falls, I already had FP4 loaded into my camera, so I shot a couple photos with it to fill the roll and reloaded with a fresh roll of FP4. At the time, I was reading The Negative by Ansel Adams and wanted to try my hand at the zone system. So to get started with the process, what I did was I found the darkest area of my image. So I took a spot reading of that area of f4 at 1 second, giving me an exposure value of 4. Now, the meter will try to make that area a middle gray, which would result in a very bright image. I basically want to take that number and override the reading. So for this shot, I stopped down twice to an EV of 6. You'll notice that even though I'm looking only at the darkest part of the image, the rest of the exposure will fall into place. So now that I figured out my exposure, I now have the freedom to play around with how I want my image to look. So what I did next was slow down my shutter speed and stop down my aperture. So for the next shot, I kind of played around a little bit and just wanted to see what my PME51 would give me, and the exposure value that it gave me was between 7 and 8. So for this shot, I shot at 1 second and my aperture was between 11 and 16. In my opinion, it's a little bit too dark for my liking. I feel like I lose some of the detail in the lava formation next to the waterfalls and some of the details in the rocks. For my final shot, I stuck on a 25A red filter and shot again, this time stopping down 2 more stops from the reading that I got with the Spotmeter. What I find interesting with the red filter on this image is you can see right above the waterfall, it kind of cuts through that haze a little bit that's present in the other images without a filter. However, the rest of the photo seems pretty flat. It's darkening a lot of the greens, a lot of the sky's reflection on the rocks, kind of creating this dark. In this instance, it looks a little more boring in my opinion. However, I do like the extra motion in the water. It makes it look a little more creamy. Let me know which image you like the best in the comments below. I'm Lang. I hope you enjoyed the video and thanks for watching.